where every coin has a story. And today, we turn our attention to one of the final chapters of an American classic, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny minted in the heart of the 20th century. This coin stands at the crossroads of historical transition, technological evolution, and enduring numismatic legacy. The 1957 Wheat Penny was struck at the Denver Mint and carries the iconic D mint mark beneath the date on the obverse side of the coin. But to truly understand the importance of this coin, we need to travel back to the very beginning of the Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the Indian head cent that had been in circulation since the late 1850s. The design, by Victor David Brenner, was the first American coin to feature a real historical figure on the obverse, breaking away from the traditional allegorical depictions of liberty and introducing a new era of personal connection in American coinage. The wheat ears reverse design, which gives the wheat penny its name, symbolized American agriculture strength and prosperity, and remained in use from 1909 until 1958, making the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny one of the final years of the wheat cent's production. During its mintage in 1957, over 1 billion Lincoln Wheat Pennies were produced at the Denver Mint alone, which speaks volumes about the coin's role in American commerce. This was a time when the penny still held practical value, when you could buy a candy bar for just a few cents or make a phone call from a payphone. The coin itself is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, and it weighs approximately 3.11 grams. It has a diameter of 19 millimeters and features a plain edge. But while the technical specifications are important, they only tell part of the story. The real story lies in the cultural and economic backdrop of 1957 and the place of this penny in the hands of everyday Americans. 1957 was a year of innovation, tension, and optimism. America was in the middle of the Cold War. The space race was gaining momentum, and the baby boom generation was coming of age. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president, Elvis Presley was topping the music charts, and the American dream was alive and well and circulating in pockets across the nation. Was the 1957 wheat penny used in grocery stores, gas stations, diners, and school lunch lines. This humble coin passed through the lives of millions without notice. But today, collectors and historians look back at this piece with reverence and curiosity, examining mint errors, variations, condition grades, and historical significance. While the 1957 is considered a common date within the wheat penny series, that does not diminish its importance. Its high mintage means it is widely available today, but high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those with full red luster, designated as red by grading services like PCGs and NGC, can fetch strong premiums from collectors' coins. And mint state grades, particularly Ms. 65 and above, are especially desirable, and coins with exceptional eye appeal, strike sharpness, or rarity of toning are sought after at auctions and coin shows. Furthermore, there are known varieties and errors associated with the 1957 Lincoln penny, which add intrigue and potential value for collectors. Examples include double die obverses, repunched mint marks, and die cracks, which are studied by error specialists and cataloged in guides such as the Cherry Picker's Guide to Rare Die Varieties. The presence of such errors can turn an ordinary cent into a valuable and exciting find, and stories abound of collectors discovering rare errors in rolls of pennies or even in pocket change. The historical importance of the wheat cent series cannot be overstated. It spans 2 world wars, the Great Depression, the rise of the automobile, and the television age. And through all those years, the image of Lincoln remained constant, a reassuring symbol of unity and freedom. The 1957 wheat penny is a reminder of this enduring legacy and a bridge between the past and the present. For baby boomers, it may recall childhood memories. For Gen X, it might bring back coin collecting with the parent or grandparent, and for younger generations, it represents a tangible piece of American history that can be held in hand and studied with awe and respect. Numismatically, the Wheat Cent series has always been a favorite of beginners and experts alike because of its accessibility and historical richness. The 1957D plays a vital role in completing sets and understanding the broader context of mid-century American coinage, and as coin grading technology continues to improve, more examples are being submitted for encapsulation and preservation, increasing their presence in the professional collecting market. Beyond the coin's physical traits and collector value, there is a story of connection. The 1957D Lincoln penny was never just a coin. It was a witness to history. It was present in moments large and small. It may have been used to buy a bottle of soda during a family road trip. It might have been part of a tip left on a diner table by a traveling salesman, or it could have been the first coin dropped into a child's piggy bank. And that is the real magic of coin collecting. Every coin carries a story, journey, and the 1957D Wheat Penny is no exception. So as we dive deeper in today's video, we will examine historical documents, mintage reports, condition grades, minting processes, known errors, and market trends. We will look at how this coin has performed in auctions, what collectors should look for, how to spot fakes, and how to properly store and grade your wheat pennies. This is not just about one coin. It is about a piece of America preserved in copper and kept alive by the collectors and historians who refuse to let the story fade. Join us as we uncover everything you need to know about the 1957D Lincoln Wheat Penny, from the design desk of Victor Brenner to the striking chambers, where we explore the timeless journey of coins that have passed through countless hands and hold within them the silent stories of generations past. Today, we shine the spotlight on one of the most iconic and collectible coins in American history, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This coin holds a unique place in numismatic history, not just because of its design or widespread circulation, but because it was minted during a crucial time in American and global history. The year was 1944, and the world was still at war. American soldiers were fighting overseas, and back at home, people were making sacrifices for the war effort. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is more than just copper. It is a relic of patriotism, of resilience, and of a nation determined to win the fight for freedom. To understand this coin, we need to go back to the roots of the Lincoln cent itself, introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin replaced the Indian head penny and marked the first time a real person appeared on a regular issue American coin. The obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, features the right-facing bust of Lincoln, a design so impactful that it has remained a part of American coinage for over a century. The reverse side, until 1958, displayed two wheat stalks on either side with the words 1 cent and United States of America between them, with the Latin motto, E pluribus unum above. The 1944 Lincoln penny holds special significance because of what it was made of. During the war years, the US Mint shifted away from copper to conserve metal for the war effort. In 1943, pennies were made of zinc-coated steel, but these steel cents had issues, including rusting and being confused with dimes. So in 1944, the Mint returned to copper, but not just any copper. They used recycled shell casings from World War II, battles collected from training grounds and military ranges across the country. This gave the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny its nickname, the Shell K cent. The Shell K cents were produced at all three main mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The 1944 penny without a mint mark came from Philadelphia, the 1944 D from Denver, and the 1944 S from San Francisco. Together, these facilities minted over 1 billion coins in 1944, making it one of the most heavily produced years for the Lincoln Wheat series. Despite their high mintage, the 1944 pennies have become extremely collectible, especially in high grades and error varieties. There are well-known errors that exist. For the 1944 penny, including the rare 1944 steel cent, an accidental carryover from the previous year when steel blanks were used only. A few of these were made, and they are considered among the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents in existence. In terms of composition, the 1944 Lincoln penny returned to the 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy that had been used before 1943, but it is important to note that the recycled shell casings gave the coins a slightly different hue. Many collectors can tell the difference in tone from earlier or later copper cents just by visual inspection and feel. When you hold a 1944 Lincoln penny, you are holding a piece of history that came from an era of war, unity, sacrifice, and hope. These coins moved through the hands of factory workers, soldiers, schoolchildren, and mothers writing letters to loved ones fighting across the ocean. Each penny, a tiny piece of the American home front. For collectors today, the 1944 penny is a must-have not only for its historical value, but for the variety of mint marks and errors to hunt for. These include doubled dies, repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and of course, the steel cent variety. Collectors often look for coins in mint state condition, and especially those with full red color, a sign of excellent preservation. Red, brown, and brown are the three color designations used by coin grading companies, and full red coins are the most sought after. The most common 1944 penny is the Philadelphia version, but it is still collectible, especially in higher grades. The 1944D and 1944 South are also very desirable, and each has its own small production quirks that make the hunt more exciting when certified by grading companies like PCGs or NGC. High-grade examples can fetch strong premiums at auction, with full red mint state coins often going for hundreds of dollars and rare error coins reaching into the thousands. In terms of market performance, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny remains a cornerstone of American coin collecting because it is both historically significant and relatively accessible to new collectors while still providing deep value and challenge for experts. Whether you are starting your collection or adding to a decades-long hobby, this coin connects us to the past in a deeply meaningful way. The 1944 penny also appears frequently in coin roll hunts and estate sales because so many were saved by families who understood their connection to the war effort. Some people keep them in jars or tucked away in drawers and do not realize the story they hold within their smooth, worn edges and darkened color. In museums, classrooms, and collector conventions, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is often used to teach the public about the impact of war on daily life, on money, and on the little things that carry great meaning. Numismatics is not just about value. It is about memory, and the 1944 Lincoln penny is one of the finest examples of how a small copper coin can carry the weight of history. As we explore more details about this coin in today's episode, we will dive into the exact mintage figures, the characteristics that define high-grade examples, the authentication of rare varieties, the impact of the war on mint operations, the collection strategies used by advanced numismatists, and the role this coin continues to play in the broader market of historical coinage. So sit back, grab your magnifier, if you have one, and let's journey together through the copper corridors. The 1944 penny also appears frequently in coin roll hunts and estate sales because so many were saved by families who understood their connection to the war effort. Some people keep them in jars or tucked away in drawers and do not realize the story they hold within their smooth, worn edges and darkened color. In museums, classrooms, and collector conventions, the 1944 Lincoln Wheat penny is often used to teach the public about the impact of war on daily life, on money, and on the little things that carry great meaning. Numismatics is not just about value. It is about memory, and the 1944 Lincoln penny is one of the finest examples of how a small copper coin can carry the weight of history. As we explore more details about this coin in today's episode, we will dive into the exact mintage figures, the characteristics that define high-grade examples, the authentication of rare varieties, the impact of the war on mint operations, the collection strategies used by advanced numismatists, and the role this coin continues to play in the broader market of historical US coinage. So sit back, grab your magnifier, if you have one, and let's journey together through the copper corridors of American history, where every cent tells a story, and the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is ready to share its own chapter in full detail.